Hey everyone, welcome to Good DIY Plans. In this video, we're going to be going over how to make this beautiful queen-sized loft bed. This is a beginner-friendly step-by-step tutorial that's going to show you exactly how to make this loft bed. Some of the benefits of this loft bed are the fact that these stairs double as storage. You also have a nice work area underneath here that includes a built-in desk. And then, of course, the lofted area on top. And this is a queen-size mattress, so it can support up to 2 people. The overall dimensions of the bed are 72 inches tall, it is 67 inches deep, and 98 1/4 inches wide. Some additional important measurements are 58 inches from the ground here up to the top here, and then 76 inches between the legs. So a frequently asked question is, what is the weight capacity? So I have not formally weight tested this, but I did want to go over the principles of how the weight is distributed. So if I lifted this kind of lofted platform here for a second, you'll see that there are these little ear flaps on the sides. So those will interlock with the 2x6 lumber frame here, and then the weight is distributed down the leg and then into the ground. The second way that this is supported, since this is a queen size mattress, needs to support 2 adults, is these 2 important cross beams. So these are 2x6 lumber boards as well. And then if you see here, those boards will support the weight and distribute it down the leg here as well. So if I brought down the platform here for a second, and then if we looked underneath, you will see that the entire frame, the entire lofted area is actually supported by this 2x6 lumber board, and then also this notched area as well. So, all right, let's go ahead and dive into how to actually make this. So the first part is going to be to make the interior frame of the lofted area. So you're going to have 2 81-inch 2x3 lumber pieces here, and then 2 58-inch 2x3 lumber pieces. To secure these together, you need 3.5-inch screws. You do need to pre-drill and countersink this because this is a thin board and it can split if you don't pre-drill that. Also use some wood glue to make sure it's nice and rigid. All right, next we're going to add an outer frame to the inner frame that we just built. So the outer frame is actually 2x6 lumber. These are 2 84-inch lumber boards and then 2 61-inch lumber boards. So these will be secured together with 2.5-inch screws, or 3.5-inch screws rather. But the inside, so when we're attaching the inner frame to the outer frame, the inside is actually going to be attached with 2.5-inch screws. So we're going to use 2.5-inch here and 3.5-inch here. The reason why is we don't want this poking through to the other side. If you use longer screws, they'll poke through. They'll mess up the face here, and then also somebody can get hurt. So use wood glue, pre-drill, and countersink all of that and secure it into place. The next part would be to add 2 67-inch 2x6 lumber boards on the sides here. So these are those ear flaps that I mentioned earlier. They do overhang by 1.5 inches on both sides, so center those. And then here you are going to use 2.5-inch screws again to secure the outer frame to the ear flaps. So use wood glue, pre-drill, and countersink that. Okay, next we need to add the mattress support slats. So these are 61-inch 2x6 lumber boards, and we are going to take the first one and the last one, and these actually butt up directly up against the outer frame here. So the distance between, the distance here is 2 1/16 of an inch. So what you can do is use a spacer to make sure it's nice and even. Start on the one on the outside, one outside, then go inner, and then work your way towards the center. That way the spacing looks nice and even. Pre-drill, countersink these, and once you're done, you're going to have the lofted area frame complete. So at this point, what you can do is you can paint or stain this, obviously outside of the room, and then you can bring this into the room where this is actually going to be installed. And this is the pattern that we're going to follow throughout this, which is we're going to make major components and then stain and paint them and then bring them into the room for final assembly. That way it can fit through doors and you're not dealing with toxic fumes in the house, right? So okay, the next step will be to create the actual legs. So the legs are made out of 2x6 lumber. This is 72 inches. And what we're going to do is we're going to cut 2 notches into the leg. So the first notch is going to be 11.5 inches from the end here. The second one is 21.5 inches. And then the notch itself is going to be the size of the 2x6 that'll be going in here. So 1.5 inches by 5.5 inches. If you did plane your boards and made them thinner or smaller or more narrow, then this notch needs to be adjusted so that everything fits nice and snug. So you're going to make a total of 4 of these identical leg components. And probably the best way to actually notch this out would be to clamp these boards together. Use a miter saw that has a depth stop feature and a sliding feature. What you can do is make your markings and then set your proper depth to 1.5 inches and then slide back and forth, scooting the lumber with every pass. And then that way you can actually carve this out really quickly. It's going to be nice and uniform and neat. What you can do then afterwards is just clean it up with a sander or like a sanding block, and you're ready to go. All right, the next part is the additional reinforcement we're going to add to the legs. So this is also a 2x6 lumber board. It is 53.5 inches. And then we're going to add a notch here, 26.5 inches from the edge or 21.5 inches from that edge. The notch is exactly the same, so 1.5 by 5.5 inches. And you're going to make a total of 4 of these. So you can also use the miter saw method I mentioned before for that as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put together these leg components. So what you're going to do is you're going to take 2 of these leg components that have the double notch, right? And you're going to add a 67-inch 2x6 lumber board. This will be the cross piece. Secure it with 3.5-inch screws, pre-drill and countersink that. And next what you're going to do is you're going to add the single notch leg component, and then these will go on the inside here. So why single notch? Well, we're only going to be working with this cross piece, and then this is going to be left empty here. So secure it with 2.5-inch screws so it doesn't poke through to the other side. Pre-drill, countersink, and use wood glue. All right, next we're going to be adding the important 58-inch 2x6 lumber board. So this is an important piece because the lofted area is going to rest on top of this, and in addition to that notch, right? So make sure you choose something that doesn't have knots. Make sure that it's a good board that, that will be reliable. And then very importantly here, when you do secure it with your screws, use wood glue, but make sure that this does not split. Make sure that this board is intact and it doesn't split through with those screws. You don't want like a big old crack going through here. Why? Well, because your lofted bed is sitting on top of that. You want it to be as strong as possible. So definitely pre-drill and countersink that. So you're going to make 2 identical leg components like this. Next, go ahead and stain and paint these again outside of the room. And then once you're ready, go ahead and bring these components into the room itself. So here what we're going to do is we're going to secure the legs. We're going to secure them to the actual frame here. So do it through the legs here, connect it with 2.5-inch screws, pre-drill and countersink that, and then go ahead and turn it to the other side and do the same thing. So we have a little misalignment here. So it's going to actually be right there. Okay. Next, go ahead and stand this upright in its kind of, final resting place. It's already going to be pretty heavy at this point. So put it where it needs to be. And next, what we're going to do is we're going to add the safety railing. So this is just 1x4 lumber. You're going to need a total of 4 pieces that are 86.25, 2 pieces that are 64. And then what you can do is just use a nail gun to secure all of that in place. Use clamps while you're working so that you have everything nice and aligned. And then what you can do is you can shoot nails through the sides here as well for these additional railings here as well. So this is going to be the front, and then this is going to be the back. Of course, you can swap this out, or you can even omit these back railing pieces if it's going to be butted up against the wall, if you'd like to do that. So, all right, the next part is going to be to add the stairs and the storage component. So this is like a triangular unit. You're going to need all of these 2x12 lumber boards. So you can maybe take a screenshot so that you have all the correct cuts. And next, you're going to assemble all of that together. So I have this all nice color-coded so you know exactly which part goes with what. Pre-drill, countersink, use 3.5-inch screws, and then just keep going as you're adding all of these different components up until it's fully complete. All right, next part is going to be to integrate those parts together. So you've got your loft bed, and then you've got your stairs slash shelf that you just made. So what you need to do is now go through this bottom cross piece and connect the stairs to the actual bed. So pre-drill and countersink that. You can use 3.5-inch screws. And then since this is a larger unit, I definitely would recommend that you add like a little bracket up here as well. This is a L tie or Simpson strong tie. You can secure the bed directly to the top here of the stairs. This way, you know, all the tension is not going to be just on that middle kind of cross beam here, but it's going to be up here as well so that it doesn't detach over time. All right, the next part is going to be to add the desk. So this is a simple built-in desk that you can add. We're just using 2x4s here. So these are two 27-inch 2x4s and then two 26.5-inch 2x4s that are secured together with some 2.5-inch screws. Pre-drill, countersink that, and then go ahead and integrate that into the bed. So we have the stairs here, and then on this side we have the actual desk. Could you put these legs? Could you put the legs on this side and have the desk here? Absolutely. This is very flexible. This is something you can definitely do. That would be up to you. Some benefits of actually putting it on this side is the fact that, you know, if you have things behind your computer monitor and things like that, it kind of extends the work area of the desk even further into the shelf. So you could possibly even put, you know, different computer hardware and things like that down here. So it's more like on the shelf. So it's whatever you would prefer. Okay, next what we need is the desk top board. So here what we have is a 2x6 that is 61 inches, and then these are 2x12s that are 84 inches. So two 84-inch 2x12s, one 61-inch 2x6. So once you've got those cut, you're going to go ahead and integrate these as well. So the shorter piece is going to go between the legs here, and then the longer ones are going to be right here on the desk as well. So use 2.5-inch screws, pre-drill, countersink, and secure all of that into place. All right, so now this is fully done. Now the last part, this is optional depending on, you know, how well you put it together and how well all of your joints came together, your screws, your wood, your gluing, all of those things. You may want to just kind of test and make sure that everything is very solid, very stable. If you would like an additional kind of safety thing that you could do is you can actually brace the entire bed to the studs of the wall. So what you can do is you can drill directly through the legs, pre-drill like a hole, and add a nice large screw that goes directly into the studs of the room. So you can do this for this leg and that leg. That way this thing is going to be like dead solid. It's not going to be moving whatsoever. So use a stud finder to do that, and that's it. You're done. For those of you who are interested in the DIY plan PDF, it will be linked below. This goes into a lot more detail, including a shopping list, a lumber cut list. It has cutting diagrams. That way you're efficient with your lumber usage, as well as tools and materials list and helpful links to be able to get everything that you need for this project. And then, of course, step-by-step instructions. So the benefit is you can print this, work offline in the garage instead of having your phone or your laptop there with the sawdust. I do appreciate everybody that supports good DIY plans. I hope you guys have an awesome day. If this video was valuable to you, check out the next project on the screen.